away. It was some time before I managed to wrangle this one.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and sought ere greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One. The being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Why, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beast, young or old. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of the new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just. And, fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and if you would save the people of this world, for this place may chance to escape the coming
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them. Right you are. Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Ah, excellent find.
Your Majesty. How glad I am to see you safe. Where have you... The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, with that... You would have me evacuate the city. Ever since the fall of Melv, the city... If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of the city to abandon their homes. However, methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, if the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermund must be quite a burden upon the young Regentkin. Let's aid him however we may.
By your leave.
Welcome.
Mayhap we could bring the people to the Seafloor Shrine. 'Twould protect them from the Red Cloud's advance. If only for a
There is naught more you can achieve here, Arisen. The time for resistance is long.
Oh, can't complain, mate. I've been on my feet all day. My legs are red.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brant has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the... My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set her... I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting. However, I cannot bring myself to leave. If I cannot convince her, I mean to... Now, there are a few matters I must... We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox... You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarce between you and me.
Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. So do as you will. I have... What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards! Help me!
All that remains is for you to fulfill your final duty, to witness this world's end with your own eyes.
You have brought Mother to me, I see. My thanks, friend. You have done me a great service.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. This was in Mother's room. But why would she... Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me soft. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And besides, I cannot deny that I was proud.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been... If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together...
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulder. That weight is as much mine to...
My son, your kindness will save many lives.
My head will roll if Morse goes awry. Are the new recruits back?
It falls on me.
Well, Morty's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle. Suppose I ought to earn my pay. 'Tis our duty. The sooner my duties cease.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. I paid good gold for them. And if you think I'll surrender a single, I require the use of all of them to trunk. What are you doing? Put that away. No, spare me. I pray you.
Oh, what does this say? Shall we take a closer look?
Well, reckon he won't be coming back here in a hurry. As a matter of fact, I'd like to think it didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, and if that craven comes crawling back...
They say a crisis reveals one's true character. But that man was no less miserably selfish than he always seemed.
I quite agree.
Thankless job, this.
I must pull myself together.
'Tis our duty.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
See my soul. I'm in fine, fellows. I hope I really would have been better off not thanking you once.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your... You do? That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
Wait for
on me to bear what...
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last.
Kemen Ross, Akasar.
Ne Ingarina Roman.
What has become? We cannot be sure we will be safe here. Yet this place... You think we need to evacuate? I see. I should gladly follow you. But nonetheless, we can but try.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin. The leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guides that we might speak with them.
Karim, Kemen Morvea Kuruir. You Halan Lome Meltol. I am called Darren. My brother taught me. I learned the words, but others of your kind have come. Oh, but I cannot stay.
Kemen Ross, Akasar. Arenfell.
Menel Verlinta. Cassian's Arkin.
Vindelnar. Ne veo norvendelis Kemen. Morivenlis erumar mel...
Kasinke telpi nun finaler, nun mor arda her. Karilm ilmen arkael.
Mornambue roth en ruorne Kemen malantar ingadur.
Kemenindur kanyan irils aldek. Eteler le mor eldal...
I am afraid my father has closed his heart so tightly. If only the arbor heart were restored to health, perhaps he might be persuaded.
Lungtena pe...
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
Elelote and Osto Silfa Malantha Alecano. Shall we get some rest then?
Ayu, Fanamo Nemetani.
There's something strange about the way time passes here.
It would seem this is no longer the world we know.
Is there no way to return things to how they were before?
Kiriando anmindor hiroth?
And the wind fair nor Endiliran and Numa. Valis Harenum, Halanafe in Mine.
Elel Osto Silfa Malantha Alec.
We must rest.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
A new day, a new perspective.
Lungtena peli telume. On the van. Lungtena peli.
Fa alcarwa sil non via palan. Martina fear milto.
Valis halenon, Hailana?
Tiel aldeka. Osto fa elelote an fear ananduin. Osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair avehum.
A good sleep will ensure we are
Herminra. Heruar Linda.
Fionar elwe arfarne, alcarwa fir nun eldai, vanalin hiror soron.
The elves have evacuated, leaving their ancestral home behind. But surely their survival is worth such a cost.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Valis halenon?
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
What business have you here?
You've pushed your luck. I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Bakbattahl to be quarreling. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common...
We meet again. What, mind if I ask a favor of you, cuz? Thanks, cuz.
Ah, sir, with the world in such, thus did I return. I maintain order as but enough of my woes. You wish us, after all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Bakbattahl are, should we proceed, unheeding of their with every soul at their wits' end. As such, before we take, and should you encounter any discord, such efforts will doubt. As for me,
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels of...
You'll get... I'll not take that from you. Haven't you had enough yet? You've pushed your...
More must be urged to evacuate.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds.
You're the one who started this. Oi!
I saw it first.
Why must I share with a fangless one?
You there! You couldn't have come and put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into him. If that's what you think.
All right, clear off. Pretty words.
Oi, you trying to nick our...
Oi, you'd better run.
You can pull through. I believe in you.
You'll never live it down!
I'll crush you and feed you your entrails.
Mercy! If you let him best me, you'll never live it down!
There must be some way out of this.
Fine, then. We're done for. I near stood a chance.
Don't let them get the better of you!
You slander my This is no business.
Now. If we are to do otherwise...
Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over this knave? He said my sword...
It was your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own.
Very well.
Let him!
Such humiliation, shock...
This can't be happening!
Do not wish to injure you.
You'll get what's coming to you!
You can do this! I believe in you!
I know
I ought to thank you.
I consider...
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal? Outstanding.
For a moment, I thought my life was forfeit.
That's not happening.
I thought my life was forfeit.
I'll crush you My feet always take me.
I've had well enough.
I reckon the world would be better.
I've wares of hunting, as you can see.
Oi, you...
Aye, leave off.
Caution, cowardice.
Seems my luck's run out. That's it. I've had enough.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just... What's the matter with you? Hey? Fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Things appear to have quieted down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella?
Right you are.
What am I supposed to do about it? Ah, the people of Bakbattahl. We shall see the fruits of prey return to Empress. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Of course.
In less prey. Return to her
I'll take the night watch at the desk. Never should have said.
Would that I could spend all day here. Let the heavens
Her Majesty has begun her...
Stay your hand, Vera. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have... Your journey continues, does it not?
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time...
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must...
Bakbattahl and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
Outstanding!
What do you think you're doing?
Some of us get complacent. I train every day.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
The swords.
That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation.
Tis a ballista arisen.
The Battahli Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray, leave us in peace. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to, but I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. The smith, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of... I can only hope that she will be more willing, and while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife. Well, I only hope we... can convince them to join the evacuation.
Well now, whatever brings you here? You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to...
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see it. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Help me. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us...
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
There's the ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
A ballista is a ranged weapon.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your... It concerns the fellow. The man's something of a regular. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation. But I must confess, could I prevent this point? Methinks any...
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. It would be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
I quite agree.
Fancy meeting ye here. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
You have my support.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road. 'Twill be slow going, yet come what may.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
Right you are.
We will likely find our charge in the cave's depths. Shall we press on? I can guide you to the place arisen, or thereabouts.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
I espy a hobgoblin!
We ought to employ lightning against this foe.
Thank you. This place does not have long. I'd gladly come follow me. You'll see what I...
It's not every day one happens.
Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it. We ought to steer clear of lava. No armor offers...
Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking. I know they don't die like... I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns, I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or... At any rate, I've tried everything I can...
The command came a month ago, or more. We are to remain here.
I implore you, Arisen.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain. And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder what... But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. It was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and... But on his way out, he used that art... I expect that order... Listen, friend. If the Overseer's command... Use that key to have a look. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well.
Pawns need only obey the true Arisen. I suspect one of those fell artifacts and...
Circumstances forbid me from obeying. I miscalculated...
By the bar... I jet. After all, if your companion...
Treasure chest! My mistake. It is merely another spot for gathering materials.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
We found a key, did we not?
Shall we try it on the door? I've just had a thought. So, the pawns were being held here by the power of this god sway. Now they ought be free to make good their escape.
Splendid.
Now, there's a worthy prop. Please, if only 'tweren't so far away.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer, but I'll wager he thought he always was us. At any rate, I only hope they'll but I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them. My word! Isn't this the God's Sway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
We seem to have a...
My best to match your skill, Master.
Monsters left us a parting gift. Of
uncountable created, only to be snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Will tired of witnessing this. It sought to overturn oblivion by granting unto it a role, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, there is a. This world has been safeguarded by the dragon all along. You yourself were chosen to form a part of this cycle. The Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is built. The dragon serves to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's law. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even Such is the choice you've made, Arisen. By rejecting your own duties, you have brought all others by the chance to fulfill the roles they were assigned. The pawns are no exception. Born of the Rothias, they granted the role of aiding in the perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, bereft of the dragon, that role has been unwritten.
I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires. Master!
Oblivion fades. This tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
the drama unfold. All told, we'll be glad that we got to play. Open my eyes, take a step on the road that will lead me into the dawn. I don't know where it will take me to, but I know I'm alive and I will make my way. Made my choice, I finally see that I am finally free. See me, hear me, take my hand. I will follow you if you will follow me. I'm not alone here.